Another important story that we are tracking is that the minutes of the last monetary policy meeting show deep divisions within the six-member panel. So RBI governor and deputy governor remain cautious and warn against a premature pause in policy action. But external member Jayanth Varma says that current policy rate and stance can actually damage the growth outlook, while Ashima Goyal calls for a neutral stance. So Lata spoke to three external members of the MPC. Here's her report on the minutes as well as the divide within the committee.
It was a divided vote on both the rate action as well as the stance, and that division comes out in the minutes of the Monetary Policy Committee meeting as well. The governor and Dr. Patra, and to some extent even Dr. Ranjan, are clearly more worried about inflation. They believe that it's, even Dr. Patra very clearly says that even in the next 1 year, inflation will at best be between 5 and 6%. It's not coming below 5%, and therefore there's work to do. As the governor points out, sustainable growth is possible only if inflation comes closer to target. On the other hand, Dr. Varma believes that RBI started tightening later, but you can't compensate for that by over-tightening now because growth is already fragile, and tightening now is going to have an impact a few quarters down the line, and hence growth could really take a beating, which is why he voted against the rate hike in the first place. He also says that inflation forecast of 5.4 1 year down the line is suspect because the Reserve Bank's assumption is $100 per barrel crude, whereas actually both spot and futures are showing $80. So he believes inflation could be lower than what is being forecast. Dr. Ashima Goyal also sounded pretty dovish. She believes that growth, there has been a credit drought, and therefore growth needs to breathe, needs to be given a better chance. She believes that the high core inflation that Dr. Patra and the governor speak about is more because of supply side shocks, which are easing. Dr. Bide seems to be like a position in between the hawks and the doves. He says that yes, growth is also under threat, but inflation, we have not really achieved the target. So a poor outcome on both is not a good option. He therefore believes that more work needs to be done to bring inflation to target. Net, it looks like 4 out of 6 are in favor of more action to bring down inflation. At least that's how it looks as of now.
All right, Lata, thanks for bringing us all of the highlights of the MPC minutes as well as this, clear divide that we are seeing within the six-member panel. But with that, it's time for another short break on the show. You don't go anywhere. On the other side, we're tracking all of the cues from the commodity markets. There's lots going on there. Stay tuned.